Take a look at your computer's desktop. What do you see? Chances are it probably looks less like a carefully curated workspace and more like a digital junk drawer, a chaotic collection of icons, files, and folders all vying for your attention. Random screenshots scattered haphazardly, screenshots of things you probably don't even remember taking, old files, relics from projects long past, taking up valuable space and mental bandwidth, and documents named Final, Final V2, Project, Draft, Revise, or something equally cryptic. That nagging anxiety, that little jolt of stress you feel when searching for a file. It's not just annoying, it's a real productivity killer silently chipping away at your efficiency. Every minute spent hunting for documents, sifting through irrelevant files, adds up. Over a year, that's not just a few hours, that's a full work week, or even more, completely lost to the chaos. But the real cost is mental. It's the unseen burden. Digital clutter creates decision fatigue, constantly bombarding you with visual noise and draining your focus. A clean, organized system, on the other hand, frees up your mind, allowing you to concentrate on what truly matters: creating, innovating, getting things done with clarity and purpose. The paperless office was supposed to simplify life, to usher in an era of streamlined efficiency. But for many, it just moved the mess from the physical desk to the digital desktop, creating a new kind of headache. Digital clutter is insidious because it's often invisible. It lurks beneath the surface until you desperately need that one invoice buried in a sea of files. The stress is real, the frustration palpable, and it directly impacts your work and overall well-being. This isn't just about tidying up, about making your desktop look aesthetically pleasing. It's about reclaiming your time, reducing your stress, and cultivating a sense of peace of mind in your digital life. Build a system that works for you, making files as easy to find as a book on a well-organized shelf. Invest a little time now to create a logical structure, a clear and intuitive filing system, and your future self, the one who needs that crucial document in a hurry, will thank you profusely. The result? Clarity, efficiency, a significant reduction in stress, and a surprisingly serene digital workspace. So let's get started on the path to a clutter-free digital life. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of organizing, it's absolutely essential to tackle the digital clutter that's been accumulating. It's time for the great digital purge. Think of it as spring cleaning, but for your computer. Be ruthless. For every single file, pause and ask yourself, will I genuinely truly need this again in the foreseeable future? Don't let sentimentality cloud your judgment. If the answer is a resounding no, or even a hesitant maybe, delete it without a second thought. Free up that space. Start with the Downloads folder, the undisputed champion of digital clutter and the biggest offender. It's a black hole where files go to disappear, never to be seen again. Sort the contents of your Downloads folder by date and delete anything older than 3 months. Chances are, if you haven't needed it by now, you probably never will. Next, it's time to tackle your desktop. This is prime real estate on your computer, and it should be treated as such. Your desktop should be a workspace, a launchpad for your current projects, not a storage unit for every file you've ever touched. If a file has been sitting on your desktop for more than a week, it's time to make a decision. Either give it a permanent, organized home within your file system, or delete it. For those just-in-case files that you can't quite bring yourself to delete, create a single, clearly labeled archive folder. Move those rarely used files into your archive folder instead of letting them clutter your main system and slow you down. It's out of sight, but not gone forever. Don't try to organize and delete at the same time. That's a recipe for overwhelm. Just focus solely on deleting the unnecessary files. Set a timer for 25 minutes and see just how much digital junk you can clear away in a focused burst. You might be surprised by the progress you make. You'll be amazed at how much lighter and faster your system feels after this initial purge. It's like a breath of fresh air for your computer. This initial purge is often the hardest part of the entire process, but it's also the most liberating and rewarding. It effectively creates a blank canvas, a clean slate, for your new and improved organization system. Remember, your digital space is valuable real estate. Don't let unnecessary junk files live there rent-free and slow you down. The key is to delete first and then organize second. Don't get bogged down trying to do both at once. The ultimate goal is to have only active projects readily accessible on your desktop, with everything else neatly filed away or archived for future reference. So, are you ready to reclaim your digital space and boost your productivity? Let's clear the clutter and pave the way for a more organized and efficient digital life. With the digital clutter finally gone, it's time to start building the architecture of your digital home. Think of it as laying the foundation for a well-organized and easily navigable digital life. The key is to create a folder structure so intuitive that you almost never have to consciously think about where to save a file or where to find one when you need it. It should feel natural and seamless. Start broad with the big picture in mind, then gradually get more specific as you drill down into the details. Think work, as in all things related to your professional life and career, personal, encompassing everything from your hobbies to your important documents, projects, for those specific endeavors with a start and end date, and archive, a safe haven for documents you no longer actively use but need to keep for record-keeping purposes. Inside your work folder, consider using subfolders to organize by clients, specific projects, or even by fiscal quarters. Within personal, you might try finances to keep track of your budget, investments and taxes, health for medical records, insurance information and prescriptions, travel to store itineraries, hotel confirmations, and those cherished vacation photos and so on, tailoring the structure to perfectly match your individual needs and lifestyle. But absolutely avoid creating a miscellaneous folder. That's essentially just creating a new digital junk drawer where things go to be forgotten. The goal is that every single file should have a clear and logical home within your system. If you find yourself consistently unsure where a file belongs, it's a sign that you need to rethink your categories and refine your structure. Drill down, for example, work clients for personal files, personal, finances. Keep your top-level folders limited to around 4 to 7 categories. Resist the urge to overcomplicate things right from the start, and aim for a folder structure that's no more than 3 or 4 levels deep at most. If you find yourself clicking through 10 different folders just to reach a single file, then your system has become far too complex and needs streamlining. Before you start creating folders on your computer, take a moment to sketch out your ideal structure on paper. This will help you visualize the flow and identify any potential bottlenecks. Design your system around the types of files you access and use most frequently, ensuring they are easily accessible. Investing a little bit of planning and effort now will save you countless hours of frustration and wasted time later on. Now, layer on a consistent file naming convention. A good name tells you what a file is. No need to open it. Start with the date in year, month, day format. It keeps files in order. Add a descriptive title and project or client name. Use hyphens or underscores, no spaces. Example, 2025-07-21's client 8 proposal v01.pdf. Add version numbers, ditch, final. Consistency is key. Write down your convention and stick to it. This transforms your folders into a searchable, sortable database. With a logical system, finding files becomes effortless. Not all files are neat documents. Photos, screenshots, and notes need structure too. For photos, use a main folder, then subfolders by year and event. Photos 2025, July summer vacation. Tag photos with names or places for easy searching. Screenshots, keep them on the desktop, delete weekly, or file if important. Rename and move important screenshots to their proper folder. For notes, mirror your file structure in your Notes app. Work, personal, projects, Use tags so notes can belong to multiple topics. Tagging turns your notes into a flexible, searchable knowledge base. Apply the same logic everywhere. Structure and consistency win. An organized digital life is fragile. One crash or theft can wipe it all out. That's why a backup strategy is non-negotiable. Use the 3-2-1 rule. 3 copies, 2 types of media, 1 offsite. First copy, your computer. Second, an external hard drive backed up automatically. Third, a cloud backup service like Backblaze or iDrive for disaster recovery. Cloud backup runs in the background, keeping your files safe for a few dollars a month. Remember, syncing Dropbox, Google Drive isn't true backup. Deleted files disappear everywhere. True backup keeps versions so you can restore lost files. Use both. Sync for convenience, backup for safety. Don't risk losing your digital life. Set up backups now. Peace of mind is worth it. Manual organization is a chore. Let automation do the heavy lifting. Apps like Hazel, Mac, or File Juggler, Windows, act as digital butlers, moving and renaming files based on rules you set. Example, PDFs with invoice in the name go straight to Finances Invoices. Set rules once, and your files stay organized automatically. Use IFTTT or Zapier to save email attachments directly to the right cloud folder. Even small habits help scan documents directly to the correct folder with apps like Adobe Scan. Optimize your workflow from the start. Make the right way the easiest way. Automation keeps your system tidy with minimal effort. Let technology work for you. Organization isn't a one-time project, it's a habit. File at the source, save new files to the right place with the right name immediately. Don't let later become never. 10 seconds now saves hours later. Schedule a weekly 15-minute review. Clear your desktop, empty downloads, process stray files. This small routine prevents clutter from creeping back in. Do a deeper review quarterly. Update folders, archive finished projects, add new categories as needed. Your system should evolve with you. Regular check-ins keep your digital life relevant and efficient. Stay proactive. The organization is ongoing. From the big purge to naming conventions, backups, and automation, you've built a system for digital zen. It's not about perfection, but about small improvements that add up. The goal, a logical, flexible system that saves time and reduces stress. Recap, declutter, build a simple folder structure, use consistent naming, organize tricky files, backup, automate, and maintain. The reward, opening your computer to a clean desktop and knowing exactly where everything is. This clarity frees your mind for what matters most. Don't just think about it, start today. Clear your desktop, set up a backup, or define your top-level folders. The journey from chaos to clarity begins with a single step. Your future self will thank you.